Well, this is a pretty big episode, isn't it? We're looking to complete back-to-back cup shocks. We've got a massive top-of-the-table clash with Portadown. Let's be honest, one of us is going to win the title and one of us is going to be devastated in the playoffs. Which way round is it going to be? Well, today's result might help us find out. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 32 of Lifting Spirits with me, Daniel. We are back today in this Build a Nation with Distillery and we have got one hell of a test. A quarter-final of the Irish Cup, that one against Glentoran, a top tier side. And then we're going to play a game off camera before what might be a title decider. So if you're looking forward to that and you are enjoying the series, please do put a thumbs up on it. What do you think is going to happen today? It's 3 home games in a row. It gives us a chance, but are we going to have enough? I'm looking at Glentoran. I'm a bit worried already. Our star left winger Chris Johnston is on loan from them and ineligible. And Callum Camps, he's a League One standard player. Not sure how he's ended up there at the age of 30 and on 500 quid a week as well. They have got a monstrous side. Add to the likes of Shea McCartan they've got at the start of the game. It looks like this is going to be a real tough test. So we're going to go and get into that in a moment. But first, we'll go and have a look at what's been happening off camera. Just a few games to reflect on, but how important have they been? So since you were last with me, 3 games, and the first of them explains why we're no longer level on points with Portadown. We went away to Ballina Millard and we just collapsed. I mean, you'd seen some great performances on camera, you'd seen some really good wins, and in that one we just fell apart. A goal on the stroke of half time really did for us, and then late on we were chasing the game and got caught on the counter. We bounced back with back-to-back wins though, against Queen's University away from home, Leon Boyd 2 and James Convey 1, and then at home to Dungannon, Boyd at the brace again, 2-0 as a result of his goals. And that was the start of 4 home games in a row, with Dungannon the pre-season favourites who of course tried to offer us a job interview, Glentoran a top tier side, and Portadown the title favourites now. It really is a difficult spell of fixtures. But let's go and have a look at the table as it stands. We are 3 points off the top of the division. We know that this is going to go to the wire. Leon Boyd is the top scorer. Portadown have got the second top scorer and a top assist maker. And defensively, one of the surprises this year is that we've not kept many clean sheets. Because if you go and have a look at this, we're currently on 8 from 30 games. Now, last season we kept 18 in 38, so defensively we have got worse. But Leon Boyd is adding goals to us. We're making sure we're a bit more of an attacking threat, a bit more enjoyable to watch. And with the likes of Dylan McLean still here despite not signing a deal, I'm not calling the title race as over just yet. But for now, let's go and get into the first one against Glentoran. It's a massive game for the football club. And we did mention it last episode, didn't we? You've got Anna United versus Knockbrader, 2 lower league sides in one of the other quarters. If we can sneak through and get the winner of that game, we could yet get to a final, which would be an incredible effort. But we are talking about something that's very difficult to do. There's 2 games in the league, but they're not going to affect us. Ballyclare 10 points off, probably a little too far back now. And Dundela, who we play in the game off camera, they're in 4th, so we've got to watch out for them. Let's get through the tactical meeting. 7 changes recommended. We won't be doing that. Conor McMenamin in a start, another one we had in that Cliftonville save back in FM20. And we've got to find a replacement for Johnston. I think I'm going to go quite safe today. I'm going to put Convey out on the left, Oren Crow in behind. Just means I don't have to change anything tactically. We can do that with a bench later on if we need to. So our 11 in full is Mitchell in goal. McGill and McLean the fullbacks, still no contract for Dylan McLean. Reed and Orkin a centre half. Beck and Livingston the midfield 2, Latifa and Convey now the wingers, and then Crow behind Leon Boyd, the goal scoring machine up front. What a player, he's developing well, got a contract to the end of next year with an extension clause too. I feel he's going to be our first sale. He's almost at a goal a game now. Let's see if he can keep that rate up today. Let's submit the team. This is the toughest match we've had all season, but surely, with the title race pressure off for at least a day, we can go and enjoy this occasion. Let's go and see if it's enough to get a result. Three changes for Glentoran, and all that talk was pointless about Callum Camps. He's dropped out the side, but they've got Matty Kennedy, another former international, McMenamin, McCartan. I mean, it's a list of brilliant players. Daniel Finlayson, we had on our Twitch save for Ballymena in FM21. Bobby Burns, brilliant too. I mean, it's just an all-round very good side. This is the first time we've looked at an 11 and gone, yeah, you are brilliant throughout. So let's see, with a big crowd in today, how we get on. It's certainly not anywhere near a sellout, but with the gate receipts being shared, it looks a bigger crowd than normal. The away end is full. Hopefully we've given them behind the other goal as well, because that will help out a bit. But either way, we've got to clear the debt, and a win added to half the gate receipts could be just what we need. Let's go and see if we can get it. Well, this has been a pretty useless half of football. 39 minutes without a highlight. The stats suggest only one shot on target for each team. Let's see how we respond here as Levingston tries to win the ball in the middle. Forced it back to McLean in the end. Long ball over to McMenamin off the left into Roy. And the keeper's caught out. He's just signed a new contract and there one slips through his fingers. I mean, to be fair, we expected them to win. But the fact we kept them quiet for so long does make the goal a little frustrating. We are straight at the other end with a corner though. Levingston puts it in to the back post to Orkin. Get in there, we are level. What an equaliser. I'm not over celebrating. I'm not getting overexcited today because I know it could be very short-lived against this side. Great to see the Glentoran fans fill in that end. Great to see a few of ours in as well. Hopefully that's what the top tier will be like next season. At half-time though, nothing to separate the sides bar us having a bit more possession. Even the foul and the corner counts were identical. So let's go and get into the second half. The lads are happy, they're competing, and it does show if we go up, we might be able to be a threat at home. But let's go and get into the second half and see if we can keep it up, because this is where the semi-pro sides start to fall away. And 10 minutes gone in the second half. We're back with a corner on the left-hand side for Glentoran. In-swinger from Kennedy. Free header over the bar. No idea where our defensive marking was there, but we get away with one. And as we come up to the hour mark, the pressure is building. Glentoran going at their own fans, and we're struggling to keep them at bay as Finlayson's in there. Second phase from a corner. Headed the first one away, then just didn't get out. We had pressure on us on our byline, and we're unfortunately falling behind again. I think it's going to be time for changes in a minute. We're going to encourage the lads, and we'll have a look at what subs can make an impact. I mean, Crow's had a good game. I was going to say getting Convey in the number 10 role is crucial to us getting back in the game, but Crow has been one of the shining stars. He's our best rated player. As Reed heads the ball away to Crow. Long towards Boyd. That's a little overhit. I'm not sure we're going to make much of that one, but McDonald can bring it downfield. Big kick over the top towards Roy. Orkin knocks it down for Levingston. Orkin, a goal scorer here, of course, to McGill. Over the top towards Boyd. Not really had a sniff in this game. And that's going to be crucial if we go up. We've got to get him service. I say that. We lose to Portadown. Going to be reliant on a playoff again as Marshall down the right. This game could start to get away from us now. Ball across the box to Roy. And we really get away with that. Little deflection on the shot or it would have been 3-1. And the tired legs, they're just starting to show. So let's go and make some changes on the front foot. Grego Cox on for Latifa. KLM Reed for Aidan McDowell. At right back, I'm probably going to go McGill for Foster. Just give us a bit more attacking threat. And I'll save the other two another 5 minutes. But overall, a good effort. I think we're probably starting to dwindle now. And with big games coming up in the title race, with the league split on the horizon, we've got to start prioritising. Over 2,000 fans are in for this one. Crow is now struggling physically. So let's go for Darius Ruhi. You become an advanced playmaker on attack. Try and create something spectacular. And then it's either Convey off the left or we're going for Mark Edgar at left back. And I think that's probably the more likely change here. So Dylan McLean off, Mark Edgar on. 10 minutes to save our place in the Irish Cup. It's been a really good effort, but we've just fallen away. Finlayson with a throw on the right. Can Glentoran put some gloss on it? Roy loses out to McDowell. Beck gets it wide to Convey. Chance to go forward, but it's all a little bit safe at the minute. The short passing, as soon as we're under pressure and we get pressed high up the pitch, you notice that short passing game, the good football, it goes. They just hoof it long. As Lucas shoots from distance, is straight at Mitchell. 5 minutes left, and if anything, Glentoran look the more likely to score again. Though we've got a free kick with Convey into Mark Edgar. Oh, free header. You cannot miss those. Free header with 3 minutes to go. Levingston's now picked up an injury. He's off at the other side. And the extra man has cost us because it's a penalty kick. Orkin has pushed McLean. He was trying to mark about 3 in there. And now Glentoran are going to wrap it up. Those are the fine margins. Bell sends the keeper the wrong way. The Glentoran end erupts, and they are through in the cup. Andrew Bell is a player we tried to sign before, I think. He was a free agent or a young player at one of the third tier clubs. He ended up going to one of the big boys, Glentoran it seems. But a really good effort, a decent cup tie. Just too much against Glentoran. A professional side though who he gave a scare. A 3-1 defeat. And now the focus is firmly on the title race. Back in a moment after we've played Dundela for the big showdown with Portadown.
Let's get cracking.
We're back a few days early for this one because we've got a youth intake and it looks a pretty good one on paper. We've got an excellent intake with a couple of 5-star potential players, a couple of big potential players, and if we go a little further down the top talents, a couple with some decent current ability. Now when you consider that the likes of McGill and Chambers and Jenkins that are all involved in and around the 18-man squad are only 2-star ability, we do have to consider some of these guys now because while the abilities don't look as great from the intake, it's compared against a better squad. So let's have a look at the 3 elite talents. We've got Kieran Surgener, who is 1-star ability, 4.5 potential as a keeper. He is okay, not the best reflexes, awful positioning and composure. He's not my type, not even 6 foot as a keeper. Next up is Chris Thompson, 0.5-star ability, 4.5 potential. What's he got to grow into? Not a lot. Determination's awful. Teamwork and work rate is good. Natural fitness is good. He's got a lot to go. So we'll see if he develops in the youth team, but not a standout again. And then the big one is David Logue. 5-star potential, 1.5 ability, and right back, an area we lost a player in January. Foster's out of contract, McGill's a centre-half. Is there a way for him to break through? Let's see how good he is. Maybe not is probably the answer there. Good in the tackle, good natural fitness, only 5'5", which is a little short. Awful personality again, something that's gone very wrong this year. And then looking across the rest of it as well, maybe not the best positioning, not the best marker. He needs a little bit of work, so not first team ready. Let's go further down though, just see if there's any others. Oh, we got a Portuguese player there. 2-star players in the top talents. Ryan Martin is a holding midfielder, a position we don't use, but let's have a look at him. He is not bad actually. Again, 5'5", jumping reach of 2. So we've just got short players with no personality, but defensively he's got some very good attributes there. And then Rory Steele is a 2-star striker. Can we have a natural finisher, a backup, maybe for Leon Boyd moving forward? Only 4-star potential, but what's he like at the moment? Rory Steele, can't finish, hasn't got much pace. I've not seen that personality before. Easily discouraged. That might be the first time I've ever seen that personality. Let me know if you've seen it before. But yeah, that is pretty disappointing for an excellent intake, I'd say. What's not quite as disappointing is the fact that we did manage to sneak a win against Dundela. 3-2 defensively we weren't great, and it was a late screamer that made it a grandstand finish. But Convey, Leon Boyd and Dylan McLean all scored. Levingston out for 4 weeks from that last cup game, so he will miss all of the rest of this month. But we did set a record attendance there, 2,000, and it keeps the debt under control by just edging us up towards the black again. So looking good at the moment. We've got a big game on Saturday. If I show you the table, Portadown won again. They've secured their playoff place. If we win this game, we will be level on points at the top yet again. If we win it by 3, we'll be top on goal difference. Fingers crossed, we'll be back in a minute. Well then, it's fitness test time. We've got the usual annual nonsense about elections, which it's been the same person 3 or 4 years now. There's another player leaving the club from our reserves, but the fact I don't even know they're here tells you everything. A few of the youth players have been signed down, and we've won the development league for the reserves. So a lot of those young players starting to star now. You can see 3 of the key ones are the goal scorers in that last pivotal match. The issue is, I still can't get them to sign part-time deals. They only want non-contract terms. So I'm hopeful if we can find a way to get promoted, we will be able to change that side of things. But this game is going to be crucial to that. If we lose today, Portadown will be 6 points clear with 6 games to go. This has now become a must not lose and an ideally please win. So let's get through to the tactical meeting and see if we can. 2 players to close down. We know how we've got on against Portadown this year. The 4-all thriller, getting beaten by them after dominating in the last one. The Tifa is suspended, which is not ideal. Levingston injured as well. So Grego Cox in, I'll tell you what else I'm going to do if we can. Let's get to the reserves. Have we got Buchanan fit? Yes, we have. Get back into that squad, son. We need some natural width. That means our 11 for today from the game 2 weeks ago. Does it seem any changes? I don't think it does. Crow drops down a position. Convey comes back into the middle. Johnston is back in. He was cup-tied. And then Grego Cox in for the suspended Latifa. Young Buchanan on the bench. Let's submit the team. This is massive. If we lose it, we need to start preparing for the playoffs. If we win it, the title race is on. Well, we get through to the lineups. 2 changes for Portadown, and they've dropped their top scorer, who is the second top scorer in the division. He is on the bench, Adam Sally. I don't know if they played in midweek or something maybe, but I don't remember them doing so. I'm going to tell the lads to impress us. Why is he not playing? When did they last play? A week ago. They haven't lost the game. They had an 8-5 a few months ago. They haven't lost a game since the 6th of January in the league. I just want to see why Sally is not in the starting 11. He's agreed to leave. I wonder if that's something to do with it. Going to Coleraine in the top tier, that's how good he is. 108 goals in 252 games. To be fair, he's not started every game. He scored more than 1 a game from his starts. Let's go and get through to the match into the first half. We have to get a result here. Don't forget when the league splits, we will play Portadown again. We will play all of the top half sides. A chance to be consistent. A chance to maybe bring back the 1-0 to the Distillery. But if we lose this, 6 points will be too much. That's why I say must not lose. As Beck gets the ball to McLean at left back. A minute gone. You remember last time we played them? Brilliant in the first half. Absolutely dominated. Didn't take a chance and got punished. Will it happen again today? Surely lightning can't strike twice. As Boyd flicks down for Convey in the 2nd minute. Wide to Johnston on the left. Has support. Goes backwards for some reason. Loads of men up though. Goes for the shot. That is absolutely awful. What are you doing, man? You could have passed it 3 times. 2 minutes gone, a positive start, but nothing to show for it. And now it's a Portadown free kick with Connaughty. 4 in the wall, only 4 in the box, which is a worry. That's not how we set it up at all. Balde gets it on the left. Back to Hassan. Chance to shoot. Oh, almost in. I thought he'd curled it in the top corner. I was resigned already, but thankfully it goes wide. Stays goalless. This is tense. Well, almost at half time here. There's about to be 1 minute added on as Daniel McGill brings the ball out from right back. Grego Cox, the star of all series, back to McGill again. Through ball towards the striker, it's over here. And Dunn will deal with that pretty easily. He's got acres of space. He's got time. He can bring the ball out if he wants. He doesn't though. Big kick over the top. Orkin wins it for Beck. It would be a great time to score. As Convey releases Grego Cox, it's a 2-on-1. Got to lay in Boyd. You've got to lay in Boyd. Why on earth are you shooting there? You've got a 5-yard pass and your man is 1-on-1. And he somehow goes for the shot. Not the dominance we had last time. Still a very solid performance. And at the moment, we're filling the mantra. It's must not lose. We keep the gap to 3 points. But I'd love to nick a winner here. I'd really love to. At the risk of sounding like Kevin Keegan, I feel like it could get us right back in the mix. We've got half an hour to go. We've got to think about changes here because Grego Cox has been the weakest player on the pitch. Do we go bold? Yes, we do. Matthew Buchanan is on. Actually rated better by the assistant. We're going to look at Oren Crow coming off. He'll be replaced by Chambers. He'll maybe swap sides with Beck then. Doesn't really suit Beck's game, but we'll do it regardless. We could just switch the sides round. So Mazzala there, and then a deep line playmaker there. And then at the back, McGill's having a poor game. He'll be replaced by Foster. McDowell the same for KLM Reid. We've got 1 change left. I'm not going to do it yet. 25 minutes to go. Can we find a winner against Portadown? It's going to come down to the benches, and they're bringing on one of the top scorers in the league. Well, there's only 10 minutes left on the clock. We've got to go for something. So off comes Chris Johnston. We'll put Convey on the left. Darius Ruhi on as the number 10. Not really had an impact in recent games when he's played, but advanced playmaker, 10 minutes to do something special. Can you lads provide a magical moment? Ruhi has got a corner. 6 to go. Up towards McLean. Headers wide. It's been a game of very few chances. Been a game of very little quality. It's cagey. Both sides may be happy with the draw. And at the moment, we stay in the title race. Portadown stay in control of it. And with 6 games to go in the league and 1 more game between the 2 of us to come, 3 points separate us at the top of the division. Let's go and get through to the schedule, see when we're next going to be back. But the truth is, we probably don't know yet because of the league split. Let's go and confirm the table. And there it is, 3 points separate us at the top as Ballyclare stay 10 behind. It's almost wrapped up already, isn't it? Ballyclare look like they're going to finish third, and then it's just us or Portadown. If we go and have a quick look at the top tier, you can see who we're likely to face, and it looks like Newry at the moment, if all stays the same after that league split. So if we can get through in our own playoff, we will be facing Newry, who last season put us out in the playoffs for a place in the top tier. But let's hope it doesn't come to that and we can still win the title. I think we're going to be back for one of two things. We've got one more game before the league split, and then we'll come back either for Portadown or the final game. It depends sort of on where the Portadown game is scheduled. It depends a little bit on how far behind we are in the race, because if we lose the next game, it could be all over. But if you did enjoy this episode, things getting very tense in the race for the title, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know in the comments if you think we can do it. I'll put the table up again so you've got a good view. Behind on points, behind on goal difference, but we don't lose many. And when we come to the title race, that could be crucial in the run-in. If you want to stay up to date and find out how we get on though, please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back in a couple of days' time for what will be a thrilling climax to the regular season, but will we have playoffs to play after that? That's the question we all want to find out. In the meantime, we'll be back with the head coach tomorrow. It's been an absolute thriller of a season in that one. Really enjoying both saves. Thank you so much for the support. You can find all the key links, playlists and the Twitch channel in the eye above. Thank you for coming along as always. I'll see you back here in a couple of days' time for what should be one of our most decisive ever episodes.